The Phoenix FireBird is an electric heater that provides restoration contractors the ability of adding heat into structures for increasing drying efficiency or for spot heating. The system works off electric power source. It is a 30 amp or 50 amp system, 220 volt, that will provide restoration contractors 18,000 BTUs and up to 30,000 BTUs of additional heat. At 18,000 BTUs, you will have a 46-degree temperature increase over the ambient temperature that funnels into your FireBird. If working off of a 50 amp service, you will see an 80-degree increase over the ambient temperature, certainly allowing you to dry a lot more effectively or providing temporary heating to a structure. The Phoenix FireBird offers ducting options, enabling the contractor to be able to draw air from a space into the unit to heat that air, and then put that additional heat that's been gained back into that same environment. Ducting options work by attaching wire reinforced ducting to the intake or the lid of the FireBird. We'll peel the lid back and you'll see that it has a 12-inch diameter intake, and if you look, you'll see that there are tabs on the edges of the round intake. The ducting that's used for the intake is what we call wire reinforced ducting. It's usually sold in 25-foot lengths with a metal ring that runs through the ducting to prevent it collapsing because we're drawing air in or pulling a negative pressure. The ducting works by attaching it to the 12-inch intake. The tabs that we had shown you on the earlier display, I'll take the outer metal ring and just thumb it under the tab on each side of the intake. There will be roughly 4 tabs that I'll secure the ducting under. Once that's locked in place and we turn the machine on, we're drawing air through this duct, so what you will see happen is the duct will actually suck down, creating a very tight seal. This is great for drawing air from a space that the machine may physically not be able to get into, such as a crawl space or an attic. We can have the machine sitting outside of that space and draw the cold air to be heated from that space through the ducting. The Phoenix FireBird comes with a collar that can be attached on the process outside. This is your warm air that will be exiting the FireBird. This collar has a cutout on the back. You'll see that there are knobs on it where it can be placed over these 4 screw holes or eyelets that are on the system. Another way to make sure that you're installing it properly, you'll see on this piece that there is a V at the top. The V should always be facing upward. So if I set the V and actually place it through the screw holes, and then I push down, I have it locked in place. You'll see the V actually is perfectly over the rivet hole on the side of the system. Now that the collar is in place, we can take wire reinforced ducting and attach it to this collar in an effort to direct that warm air to any particular space that we need it to go to. The same ducting that we used on the intake will be used on the output. This is 12-inch diameter by 25-foot length, accordion style ducting. How we'll attach this is we'll take the edge with the wire ring, we'll place it over the collar, and then once it's over the collar, I would recommend you go out and get yourself a 12-inch locking clamp that is not provided with the system. Duct tape and zip ties are probably not recommended because of the heat load that you may be getting off this. I would be concerned of the duct tape melting or the zip ties melting. So 12-inch locking clamp is probably going to be your best way of securing the duct to the collar. Once that's been attached, again, the warm air would be exited through the duct. You can run this flex ducting back to the space of where you want to generate that warm air. The Phoenix FireBird offers an aftermarket thermostat that can be attached to the system for specified temperature control. We'll show you briefly how the thermostat attaches to the system. If we remove the lid on the FireBird, you will see under the lid that there are 2 terminals on the top of the system. On the thermostat, you'll see that there are 2 leads, one black, one red. Take that, retract it, push the lead into the appropriate color, red on red, black on black, and the system is now set up. You'll see that there's a turn dial on it, so contractors would then set the desired temperature that they're looking to maintain on the thermostat itself. It may be 50, it may be 100 degrees. Again, depends on what you're trying to achieve. Another important thing to look at is on the back of the FireBird, on the on-off switch, you'll see that there are 3 settings. One is the on setting, and then one is thermostat setting. If you are using the aftermarket thermostat, it is imperative that the switch be depressed to the down position, which indicates the thermostat. If you're running the FireBird without a thermostat, make sure it is in the upward position. The thermostat should also sit inside the space that you're going to be heating. So you can rest it on top of the FireBird, just make sure that it doesn't vibrate off. You can set it on a side table. Again, you have a 25-foot cord, which gives you the ability of, walking away and setting the thermostat at a different location as long as it is still inside the space. The thermostat is designed to cycle off once the desired temperature has been maintained. The system's blower and the heating element will actually turn off once the desired temperature has been maintained. If the ambient temperature falls 5 degrees below the preset threshold, the system would then come back on, again, the heating element and the blower, and would continue to cycle as it's achieving that threshold that has been set on the thermostat. Skid plate is standard on the FireBird for making it very easy to transport in and out of the vehicle. The FireBird is ETL certified, UL listed, and NEC compliant. The system itself has a startup delay to prevent dangerous arcing or sparking. The system is double walled and has screened enclosures for the heating elements. It also has an automatic low airflow shutdown, and as we mentioned, internal safety cutoffs at 140 degrees Fahrenheit.